So I've asked my team to give a little bit of information on what they feel is appropriate for you to talk about amongst yourselves, have been talking about amongst yourselves, or that they feel is important for the world. And they went quiet, so they haven't told me. So I'm hoping that it will be something that is appropriate. So it'll be a surprise for me as much as a surprise for you, and I'll title the video after this. Yes, we are Erasmus. We are a group of beings that work with this medium, this being, and we are wishing to bring forward the notification of certain events that have been playing out at this moment in time. You have noticed that certain parts of the world are having disasters and plagues, you would call it, and other events. And we wish to tell you, before anyone starts to scream and run through the streets calling it the end of days, this is just a shifting. This is just a shifting of energy. And if you were to look at it from our point of view, you would see that the events that are playing out at this moment are helping the earth to shift and change, and the beings upon it do the same. Because what is happening is that, as we have said before, that you were not supposed to be on this planet at this time while these events were taking place, but because of a discussion with the divine by certain beings who interact with the divine on a regular level through their higher selves, the majority said, yes, we wish to stay. And that is why humanity has stayed. And that is why humanity are now gathering information for the divine up close and personal, shall we call it, so that you are in the thick of it. So as these world events happen, as these great shifts happen, as these earth changes happen, as humanity shifts through the different dimensions, different experiences, start to see each other in different ways until they purify to the point where they realize that humanity is all one, and that they are all one with the divine, and that this is a experience by the divine with a physical, shall we call it, interaction, so that they can gather information of what it is like to go through an ascension physically, because many of the beings who have gone through ascension do not fully experience what you are experiencing. They are taken out at a certain point when events get too much. The planet needs to ascend in a certain way. But because of the work that certain light workers are doing to help with the management of the earth changes and what is happening with certain celestial bodies, that it is still going to be a, shall we say, earth shifting event, be it in yourselves or physically around you, but it will be at a manageable level. Now, many of you may be saying, but look at the disasters, look at the fear, look at what is going on. But it is showing you all how to manage yourselves, because no matter what disaster happens, at the end of the day, it is how you react to that disaster that shows the world how to be peaceful, how peaceful to be, how to react to each other. Because if you are frightened, all about you will reflect fear. If you are at peace, all about you will start to become peaceful. You will affect people around you with that peace. So instead of fear growing more fear, we ask you to create your own peace within, and that will start to create a rippling effect of peace around you. And this will help people who are going through trauma. It will help them to calm down, it will help them to process the trauma, and it will help them to think straight, shall we say, Because when you're in fear, when you're in anger, any of the lower energies, your mind goes into ego reaction, fight or flight. Whereas when you are in peace, your mind goes into challenge, working out, we call it, cognitive resonance. 101 different ways to describe it. We are trying to figure out a way to say it the easiest and quickest for you, but it makes your thoughts clear, concise, and a way forward is reached very quickly. And this is where we want you to be. We want you to see the world around you, in some cases disintegrating, but you're at peace and you can see what you need to do about that situation so that you and the people around you have an answer. It may just be yourself you need the answer for, but your peace will allow others to think clearly and have answers as well. This ripple effect is needed at this time to show people that the world may be falling apart in one way, but in reality, it is doing it to rearrange itself back in a higher form. And as we said, if you could see the world from where we are, you would see that is what is happening. Things are falling away that no longer serve the highest good of humanity, so that it can be rearranged into a form that is for the highest good of humanity. Because remember, you are the beings who cause what will happen for the next 7 generations, as many cultures know. If what you do now is not heart-centered, what will happen is that the next 7 generations will be affected in a negative way. So that is why we ask you to start to live from your heart, start to discern from your heart, start to look at, is this decision I am making heart-centered? Am I connected to the whole when I make this decision? Will this decision make a positive effect on myself and the beings around me? Because many people are falling into negativity, they're falling into a quick fix, they're falling into, if I do this now, this will sort things out. But in reality, it can make it worse because you've made it happen too quickly. You have made something fix in the wrong way because you are looking at it from a 3D, ungrounded level of existence. And so we ask you to ground yourself, center in your heart energy, and then look through your eyes, shall we say, to the world around you and start to see how the world is. Some of you who are empaths are being overwhelmed, and that is because you are not allowing your heart energy to fill your system, should we call it. Your heart energy strength should be surrounding you as well as your protection, because your protection should be set that you do not feel the heavy emotions of others around you. Because if you are a human sponge, you have to do this. You have to make sure you are not absorbing the heavy emotions of others. Because if you look at, we use the process of osmosis, and that is when something moves from a lower alkaline to a higher acidic level, or that it's from one form of mass to another. So if something is dry, something that is wet, all that wet will start to move into what is dry until it balances itself, or it overwhelms the other part, because it will just keep going and going, especially if you have something that is of a high salt content coming from a low salt content. So this is why we ask you to protect yourselves, because that is how you are acting. It is almost as if your energy just pulls in that deep and heaviness, and you are then expected to process it. But if you are not at the level of experience yet that you cannot, by the use of the violet flame or by the use of white light, transmute this energy into something else, then it is yours to keep. And this is when you become ill, and this is when you become overwhelmed. So, this is why we ask you to ensure your protection stops this happening, but that you also keep an eye on your energy and you use such thing as the violet flame and the white light to clear your energy so that you are functioning at your highest vibration, or that your energy is clear and then you close your energy down. Chakras are closed and protected so that you are made sure that you are not absorbing other people's stuff. Because some days, as an empath, you will walk out of the door, and if you have not put your protection on, you will feel as if you are the world. And this is why we want you to make sure that you look after yourself. Even if before you leave the door, all you ask is that I want a bubble of protection that will stop me absorbing the energy of others and the world around me. That will be wonderful for you. It will help you to protect yourself. And then if you add your grounding on top, seeing roots coming out of your base chakra and your feet so that you are grounded and your body is grounded, adding an extra layer of protection, you will feel much better. But we must say that you must also look at the people that you are interacting with, because what happens is if you are interacting with negative people and you are an empath and you are a giving person, you will start to absorb that energy as well. And this is why, again, even if it is your best friend or it is someone who is a relative or other person that you interact with regularly, you must protect your energy from these people. And they are, we call it what it is, dumping their energy onto you so that they can walk away free and happy. And that's what these people are doing. They are dumping their energy, their problems onto you, and it's like, "Oh, I'm gone, you can sort my problem out for me." And you may know these people do it verbally or they do it energetically. It's still the same thing. That is why, as an empath, as any sort of person who is in a caring role, you have to protect your energy. You have to make sure that you are filling yourself with a violet flame to change the energy of negativity you're carrying. Fill yourself with a white light to make an extra effort to check that all that has been sorted out. And then you place the violet flame back into your heart energy. So you are pushing that energy outwards rather than pulling it inwards and possibly holding that energy even further and deeper into yourself. That is why violet flame in heart outwards, white light in heart outwards, and then place your protection around you. And if you can't figure out how to close your chakras down because you are in a rush, just ask your guardian angel, please close and protect my chakras. And again, very quick, very easy. And we are telling you all this because of the energies that are coming in, because you need to sort yourselves out as this energy intensifies. It is still going to be going for at least another 2 or 3 days, and you are going to be experiencing people's energy in a way that you have never imagined. You have thought that the heaviness has gone before, but there is more to come, and that is why we need you to stay in your peace. We need you to keep yourself protected, and we need you to keep yourselves grounded. So you are not in people's drama. As the old saying goes, do not go into their drama, pull them into your peace. And that is what we want. We want you to be a being of peaceful energy, of light, so that anyone who encounters you is affected by that peace and that tranquility, so their lives are changed as well, rather than you are pulled into their drama and your energy drops, and again you are absorbing that negativity. So this is why we ask you to do these things, so that you are healthy, you are strong, and you are able to take care of people because you are in your best vibration rather than you are at a very low vibration. And what happens is that you are carrying everybody's problems and they're all skipping off happily because they've dumped all this stuff on you to sort out. So whether you are doing it physically or whether you're doing it energetically, it has the same effect. You are left with all the heaviness, all the problems, and everybody else walks away happy that they've got rid of whatever it is that they don't need anymore and left it with you to sort out. So please start to take care of yourselves. Please, if during this cycle of heaviness is when you start to learn this lesson, we say thank you for learning this lesson. Thank you for starting to wake up to the fact that you need to look after yourself. And if you feel tired, sleep. If you need to have some time out from people, do it. You cannot keep working at the level that you try to work at because you will burn yourselves out. And we have many more years of experiences to come that we need you. So please start to take care of yourself now. Start to see that this surge of energy is waking you up to the fact that you have to take care of yourself. You have to sleep, you have to eat, you have to go out for a walk, you have to read those books, you have to have those classes because they are your bliss, because they are the things that make you feel better. Some people say, but sleeping is just a waste of energy. No, because when you sleep, you recalibrate. When you sleep, your energy can start to shift around and sort itself out and get you in balance. And also, your body can start to work on recalibrating its physical form so it is able to hold more light. It is never wasted. Sleep is never wasted. So, we ask you during these times of great change, be patient with yourself, be patient with others, but do not take on their energy. Protect yourself, not out of fear, but out of necessity. Because if you absorb, what will happen is that you are no good to anyone. And also, as the planet changes, it needs you to help those who are just waking up to understand what the world is going into, what the world has been into, and where we are going next. So, your teams, this one's team, all work together to help this planet ascend. So please start to do the work, not for others, but for your own sanity and your own physical health. Thank you. So, look after yourselves. Again, it seems to be the theme today. Look after yourselves. Make sure you're grounded. Make sure your energy is balanced. Make sure that you're sleeping properly. How many of us do these things willy-nilly and then we wonder why we're tired because we're burning the candle at both ends, trying to get things done. And we're not serving ourselves or anyone else because burnout, you have to take longer off than if you just did those couple of hours extra sleep on a weekend. And they say, eat well, sleep well, do well. So, bye for now.